We're back in with the lovely Tasha Tah. Tasha, welcome back to Desi-Box. How have you been?
I've been good, really good. I think the last time we met it was at my parents' house, and I have my own house. Ta-da!
Well done. Well, people don't actually realise how far you've come in your music journey. In such a short space of time, you've had a lot of drama.
Yes.
You've had a lot of music.
Yes.
And yeah, you've been quite a few places. We're going to rewind the clock and we're going to go back into the past. So we're going to go back to when you first got signed on. Your first single came out the year after you got signed on. How was that? How was it firstly getting signed, and secondly, how did you find making your first single?
Well, to be honest, when I first got signed, I was really excited. Obviously, it was with Rishi, so that was an amazing experience. Just sort of being part of the camp and everything at that time. And I will always be thankful to Rishi for the platform that was given to me. But unfortunately, musically, we weren't sort of going in the same direction. I wanted to do different things, and I think at that time I was sort of still trying to figure out who I was as an artist. And I was just sort of finding my feet, and because I'm a writer and I write all sorts of music, I write English and Indian and Hindi and Punjabi. I had this sort of catalogue that I built up with Rishi and Veronica of about 15 to 20 English songs that we'd sort of all written together, and Rewind happened to be one of them. Because I hadn't had an official release, and I think at that time I was just so sort of desperate to get something out, they just sort of decided, it was more of a management decision to sort of release Rewind. So I didn't really have a video, I didn't have anything, and that's when I sort of knew that I need to sort of move in another direction.
Now, you say that you needed to move in another direction. How did all that happen?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to go into the sort of ins and outs of exactly what happened at that time, because it's so long ago and everybody's doing so well, everybody's moved on, and everybody's got their own path, and good luck to everyone. But I think I decided to carry on with Tiffin's and sort of go in that direction at that time.
So just to set the record right, you left Rishi Rich Productions.
Well, I think it wasn't a case of leaving him. It was just everybody had decided at that time that everybody wanted to do their own thing. So it was sort of more of a mutual understanding, is how I can put it.
Okay, and a lot of people have said that you stayed with Tiffin Beats because it was a contract in place.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yeah, no, there was a contract in place, and I fulfilled that contract. We sort of formed this whole stranger family thing at the time, and I've always been a solo artist. I've always wanted to be a solo artist, but at that time it was sort of just decided that this whole stranger family thing would come about, and I just sort of went with it because I was having a really good time. We've been on tour for the last 6 years. Well, some of the artists have come later on, but Mumsy and I have been on tour for the last 5-6 years. We've seen the world, we've toured, travelled, got all across Canada and India and Europe, and I've had great fun. I don't have any regrets with my career. I'm just really thankful that I've got to meet such great artists on the road. But now I am, and as I've always been solo, I just want to see my career go forward alone.
Your first single, Rewind, was more an urban show, whereas your second single, Handi Monday, had more a Punjabi vibe to it. Did you consciously make this decision to switch sounds, or was it just you showing your talent? So tell us a little bit more about the decision-making process there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm a writer in every language that I can possibly speak, and I like all sorts of genres of music, be it Punjabi, Hindi, Bollywood. I love ghazals, I love hip-hop, R&B, rap, so whatever I can write, I will write. And at that time I was in a different space in my life, and obviously you're still sort of figuring out who you are as an artist at the time as well, when you first come into the industry, and I think that was me just experimenting. I was just experimenting with lots of different types of music, but I also had this idea of fusing Punjabi with like dubstep and hip hop and that sort of. I wanted to be the sort of first female to do that. And I had this great melody of Hande Munde, which it was originally a really sad song, believe it or not. I wrote it as like Hande Munde, it was like depressing. And then I took it to Mumsy, and then we just started messing about, and then I started writing to it, and then it just sort of became this sort of like urban, hardcore club banger, and so that's how we went with it.
Your next feature when you joined the Stranger Family was Forget to Refix. It was kind of a display of all what you guys had as a collaborative.
Yeah.
And how was it working with the different team members?
You know what, like I said, I've had a great experience with all of them. Everybody brought something different to the table. I love every single one of them individually. Mumsy's just such a huge talent. He's just got so much knowledge of the industry and about music, and he's a fantastic producer and vocalist. Shah is again so talented, and he's just so much fun to be with. He makes me laugh until I'm crying, and we both love chicken, so that's great. And Janae, obviously, he's a ladies' man. The girls love him, and so it's and Rami, she's just like a fireball. She's so cute and adorable. I love her like a little sister, and we just, because you can remember, when you're on tour with other artists, you become a family. You've got no choice. You have to put up with each other's good points and bad points, and sometimes one of you will be having a rubbish day and one of you might be ill, and you just end up bonding so much while you're on tour and becoming so close, and that time can never be brought back again. Like that experience that we had, no one can ever replace it. And we went to Canada like 5 times together. We did Desi Fest. We performed in front of 40,000 people together. Those sort of experiences stay with you forever. And like I said, I've always been so grateful to have gone on that journey with wonderful people.
Last year, as a group, you all split.
Yeah.
Now, what happened? It happened right after the EXO tour, but unfortunately didn't happen.
Yeah.
What happened that made you all want to split?
I think prior to the whole EXO tour, whatever that was, I was already feeling unhappy with the way my career was going, because I'm a writer and I write all the time. I've got a catalogue of material which is sitting there ready to be released, and it just wasn't getting released in the time frame that I wanted, and I was I was feeling frustrated as an artist, and obviously people see what they see when they see you on Facebook and Twitter and they come out and see you perform, but people don't understand what's going on behind closed doors. It's not easy. You've got your own things that you're dealing with and your own frustrations as a person, as an artist. You might have things going on at home, and I just really was starting to feel increasingly unhappy, not with anyone in the team, not even with management, because everybody's got their own pressure, and I don't hold any grudges, I don't hold anything against anyone at that time in particular, but it was just time for me to cut loose. And you gotta remember, I've been on tour for the last 6 years, right? I have not had a break. I just needed that break. I needed to just chill out for about 7-8 months and not think about anything, and just go back into the zone and go back into why I'm doing music, because I love it, and just write and that's all I can say, really.
So after you split, you left the group, the rest of them decided to follow suit, was it? Or was it?
Yeah, I think everybody individually was sort of going through their own thing, and I can't speak for anybody else. I can only say what was going through my mind at that time, but it was along the similar lines. Everybody just wanted to just move on, and I think that's what music is about. It's like if you're in a job, in an office job for, 4 years, but you're not getting promoted. No matter how hard you're working, you're not seeing that progression. Naturally, what are you going to do? You're going to apply for another job. So you could look at it like that, in a sort of weird way.
Okay, so now you are planning on being a solo artist, so we'll say you are a solo artist because you always have been.
Yeah.
What does the future hold for you?
Oh,
where do you wanna
everything.
be?
Yeah, look, for me, music is about evolving. It's about doing what you love. And as long as you remember that, it doesn't, you could be in the music industry forever. First of all, I'm going to be releasing singles every single month, touch wood, for my Urban Desi album, which is going to be out in September 2014. So the lead up to that, there'll be singles and music videos dropping pretty much every month, every other month. I'm going to be writing a lot more music for Bollywood. So that's one thing that I'm really looking forward to and going out there, because that whole experience of being in Bollywood was just amazing. It was surreal. The amount of respect people show out there for your craft and your talent. I really just can't wait to go back out there. And I've got a catalogue of music that I've written, mainstream sort of songs, which hopefully I'd like to just push towards other artists. I'm gonna be a songwriter for other artists, which I guess I'll really enjoy.
Now, you've said that you want to do this as a lifelong career.
Yeah.
But reality is a lot of female artists in the Asian music industry in the UK don't seem to last more than a couple of years. They all seem to, whether it's get married or something else, just disappear. Are you going to hang around, or are you going to disappear?
I hope so. I mean, I just think that, just because you get married or, you settle down into some other life routine, it doesn't mean you can't continue what you love. And, as long as you're a writer, for me, that's the foundation of being a real artist. If you don't write your own material, or you've got nothing to do with the making of your song, you're just given a piece of paper and you sing it, to me, then obviously there's not going to be any longevity there, and that's the reality of it, whether people want to hear that or not, but it's true. So I'll be writing forever, because it's inside me. I've got the musical bug. I can't help it. I'm constantly writing every day. I'll wake up at 4 a.m. with a melody in my head, and I'll just write it down and be on my dictaphone all the time. So I mean, I can't speak for other female artists as to why they haven't continued, but I'm really praying and hoping that I'll be around forever.
Right, so you've got 2 new tracks out about now. Let's firstly talk about Malang, which you did with Raul. How did the track come about, and how is it working with someone outside of Stranger Camp? Because if I remember rightly, a lot of this track was penned on late last year.
Yeah, I mean, that song was obviously sort of constructed just as I left Tiffin's. So that was sort of towards the end. And it was one of those things that, especially as a writer, when you've written a song, you're quite passionate about it and you want the world to hear it. And I was sort of lingering, and it was one of those things that if I didn't release the video to it, I always would have thought in the back of my head that why didn't I do it? And I really wanted, it was just a personal wish of mine to have the video out for that, because my fans were asking for it and I really wanted everyone to see it. So I just wanted to finish that. But in terms of working with Raul, they're a friendly bunch of guys, and yeah.
So the video that you shot for Malang is quite interesting. It's got a lot of style to it, attitude, and it has something different from the usual music videos. Now, what was the idea behind the video?
I just wanted the video to be about me. I don't know if you could tell. No, it wasn't that. The idea of the video was, it was just showing a girl in a different light, just being Malang. And the meaning of Malang is someone who's nonchalant, doesn't care about their surroundings, doesn't really care about what's going on. They're a bit crazy, a bit la-la in their own world. And that's why there's, the scene where I'm on the throne and I'm just sort of not supposed to be there really, but I'm just messing about. And then in the gold dress, that was sort of more of a sexy, I guess. Or trying to be anyway. That sort of image, and then I've got the sort of my pimp look on the roof, my fur coat. So I was just trying to just go for different sort of ways that women can be seen as. So that was the idea behind it.
Tell us a little bit about the throne scene. Now, some people have made a comparison that you were inspired by a certain Mr. Khan in the throne scene. All that was missing was a picture of yourself on the wall and some tigers.
Well, I mean, first of all, I'm a female, right? Huge difference there. And secondly, it was. I don't think there's anything wrong with being inspired by people. I'm inspired by people all the time. I watch Beyonce's performances, Nicole Scherzinger, I watch Miss Pooja, and I'll think, oh wow, she gave a great performance, or I love that in her video, or I loved what she wore. So there's nothing wrong with being inspired by people, it's great. And I think Imran Khan is a great artist, you know, without a shadow of a doubt. He's a great writer and a great artist. But in my mind, I did not shoot that video with him in mind at all, because he's not the only person in the world that's used a throne, and that's all I can say.
Cool. Your track Qurban
Yes.
was originally produced by Surinder Rattan.
Yes.
It impressed quite a few people. In fact, it was so good, Bollywood came knocking on your door.
Yeah.
How did it feel when Bollywood did knock on your door? And yeah, tell us a little about how it all came together.
You know what, obviously the track has been floating around for about a year as well. And there's a gentleman over here called Mr. Sunil Shah who works closely with Mr. Sunil Darshan, and they'd heard the song through Mumsy. Mumsy played them the song because they approached him to produce a song for the film. And he showed them this song, and they said, look, we really want you guys to come with a collaboration and do something different with the song, and we want it in the film. At that time I couldn't believe it, because it can't be that easy, you know. It just can't be that easy to like get into Bollywood and whatever. But yeah, we changed up the song. Mumsy's in it, he sounds fantastic, he's singing Punjabi, and you know, the way it just came about was so fast. Literally, you know, we're on a flight there. We've shot the video for it, which is going to be out in January, and the whole experience has just opened my eyes so much more, and I'd love to do more work in Bollywood. You know, I've been asked to write more material for them as well, so fingers crossed if everything goes well.
How did you find the experience of actually being on set? So how was it actually being on set and being part of a video?
You know what, it's different. Like over here, we'll have who we need to be on the set, you know. Over there, there's like 200 people there. I don't know, they're for lighting, and the way they shoot their videos is so much bigger and grander. And they'll have 200 people there, and their families, and their uncles and aunts. And there's people just watching. You know, you'll just be out in the middle of nowhere, and there's hundreds of people just watching your video being shot. It's quite intimidating, but it was great fun. We had the whole, you know, Bollywood experience. We had our own trailers with our names on it, and you know, we had the Indian food being brought to us, to our trailers and stuff, so it was great. Yeah, it was good.
A lot of people overlook the fact that you can actually write songs. They always see you as a singer but not as a writer.
Yeah.
Now, how did you develop this passion?
You know, I don't even know when it came about. I think like around about 13, 14 years old, I just started writing poetry and poems, and then developed them into songs, and sometimes I'd hear melodies and they've just sort of, you know, just come to me. And I never think that I'm responsible for anything that I do. I always believe that it's from the grace of God. I believe that deeply. And I don't know where this, call it gift or whatever, where it's come from, but it's just been inside me and it's just developed. And I've got songs that I wrote when I was like 13, 14, and they're so crap. And then as like time evolves, you know, you can just see how your writing style changes, and then you can start to get inspired by other people, and life experiences help you to write songs. And sometimes I think it's a release as well. Like I've written some, you know, when I've gone through difficult times in my life, which I really have, I've written some really deep and meaningful songs that really just touch your soul, and it just helps me to cope with things, you know. And sometimes when I'm in a great mood, and I come up with a party track, and I think it's my release.
A lot of people have emailed us asking us specifically, how do you keep in such good shape? You've tweeted in the past about exercising,
Yeah.
and do you follow any specific diet regimes, or do you have any golden rules?
I do, right? I don't drink and I don't smoke, right? That for me is integral part of keeping my mind, soul, body, spirit, everything intact. I go to the gym 4 times a week, and I do half cardio, half weights. and my secret is porridge. It is porridge. I'm telling you. If you start your day with porridge, right, and my lunch I have reasonably pretty heavy, and in the evening I'll have a light sort of salad or soup or whatever. But yeah, I start my day with porridge. Trust me, girls, try it.
Okay, who would you say is your favourite actor?
My favourite actor, Shmad.
Actress?
Actress at the moment, well, I was Aishwarya Rai, because I think she's the most beautiful woman in the world, and I just, every time she's on screen I can't stop staring at her face. But no one at the moment, because I haven't really watched any Bollywood films. Oh, Hasleen Kaur, the one in my new film, go there, watch it. Karle Pyar Karle, she's hot.
Okay, quick fire round. We're going to name you a few things, people. We're not going to, it's just going to be a one word thing. And you need to tell us the first thing that comes into your mind.
Oh, I hate these. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, go on.
Apple.
Banana.
EastEnders.
Great show.
Citizen Khan.
Okay show.
Imran Khan.
Great.
Yo-Yo.
Honey Singh.
Bieber.
Justin.
New
Old.
York.
Gold.
Fashion.
Beyonce.
Boys.
Toys. It just rhymes, alright? I make things rhyme, that's what I do.
Okay, so tell us a track that you really, really love at the minute.
Oh, what's her name? Lady Gaga. Do what you want with my body, do what you want. Love that song.
And who do you say that you would admire the most at the minute?
Who would I admire the most? You know what, I can't help but love Beyonce and Rihanna. I just love Rihanna's songs because I jam to them the most, like I dance to them, and when I'm getting ready for my own shows, I will always put Rihanna on. I don't know why, she just gets me in the mood. And then Beyonce, I think she's just got so much power on stage. Just the way she comes on, and she could be silent for like 10 minutes and you just want to watch her. So yeah.
So you've said who you admire. Who would you want to work with in the industry right now?
In the Asian industry?
Yeah, the Asian industry and the global industry.
Global industry, I would love to work with either Nicki Minaj or Drake, because I just love their melodies and they're sick. In the Asian industry, I would love to do a song with Miss Pooja, because I think that with her really Desi Punjabi folk that she brings to the table, I'd love to do something that's a bit more urban. That would be great.
So you wouldn't want to do a male-female collaboration, you'd probably want to do more female-female?
Yeah, I don't think there's that many. Like, I've not seen a female collaboration and I want to do one, definitely. And I think that more females need to come through. There's not a lot of us in the industry. I don't know why. There needs to be so much talent out there, and I really champion all other Asian female artists that are trying to come through. I know how difficult it is, and it's only when you stick together things will always move forward.
What advice would you give to any girls that do want to join the industry?
You know what, just persevere, don't give up, believe in your talent. If you're talented, you will get spotted for the right reasons, and you know, surround yourself with positive people that want you to succeed. You know your business, know your stuff. Don't sign any contracts or anything without reading them, make mistakes like that. Just make sure everything is legit. You go through the correct channels, you've got the support of your family, your friends, and you just don't hurt anyone on your way to the top. So.
Okay, so you've said your new album's coming out in September.
Yay.
Have you given it a title? You
know, I wanted to call it Tasha Tah because that's my surname. So yeah, I'm still debating. That was a name that one of the fans said, oh, you should call your album Tasha Tah. So I was like, yeah, actually, it's quite good.
Tell us a little bit more about the album. So how many tracks can we expect? What kind of vibe are we going to get on it? And anyone you want to reveal that's on it?
No. The thing, the album itself, I mean, at the moment I've written 18 songs for the album, so I'm just trying to narrow them down because, you know, I don't want to just bombard everyone with everything all at once, you know, and save a few for the other album as well. But so they're probably gonna have about 15 songs on the album, but the album is so varied that I've got proper Desi folk Punjabi songs that I've written for the album. I've written urban Punjabi, I've written some R&B with Punjabi, I've written a reggae song. There is just such a variety. I've got hip hop tracks in there, such a variety of music that's going to be involved in that album, and it's everything that I love writing. It's everything that I love, you know, talking about. And so I'm just really excited. I didn't want to limit myself to a particular sound or a particular style, because that's not who I am. You know, I like to experience things. I like to feel everything, feel all sorts of music. So that's what you're going to get in that album.
So what's the message you want to give to your fans out there?
Just thank you is the biggest message I could possibly give, and that's because in all the crap that I've been through in the last, you know, 4 or 5 years, they have been so loyal. They've never drifted. They've always believed in my music. They've always waited and anticipated what's coming next, and I'm truly, truly, truly grateful and thankful to you because of you, I'm able to do what I do. So thank you very much.
Any final words?
Yeah, just watch out for the album, which is going to be out in September. And watch out for my new singles. I've got a song called Lakh Nu Hala, which I'm hopefully premiering next month, first week of Feb. And then I've got a song called Mirza, I've got a song called Javani, Oi Oi. I've got a song called Punjaban and Sapni as well. So I've got loads of varieties of different music which is coming out. And yeah, watch the Malang video if you haven't seen it, and Gurban obviously will be out in the Bollywood film in the first week of Jan. So thank you.